Mine is going.
Everything's going. And now we get to exist.
We just simply exist.
We only exist in a state between recording and not recording. And
Ain't that the truth?
After that, we stop existing.
Exactly.
Only when you at home perceive us.
Do we truly exist?
Make me real, Douglas.
I am going to have to eventually, whenever I edit an episode, which this one, to get my head back in the door, my head back in the foot, I kind of want to edit this episode because I want to, moving towards a YouTube, kind of like, I'm trying to think of like a good way to describe it, like trial period for me creating, like I've been streaming exclusively on Twitch and like not making YouTube content for a few months now. I want to do the same thing on YouTube and then come out and see where I want to balance both of those. I went live for like an hour this morning just talking about it, but no one was there, and more people will probably listen to this than will ever know that stream happened. So, in fact, if anyone out there is listening right now, then I'm correct, because no one was there.
Hello.
Are we doing the official intro now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome back to Closing Shift. We are your hosts, Emmy and Mia, and we do what we do.
We do.
And you do what you do.
Bitches.
And neither of us give a shit about the other person's thing. Did you say dishes?
Bitches.
Oh.
You know, we do dishes and we do bitches.
True. Get dishes, fuck dishes.
Yeah, I had some hot dishes over at my place last night. Man, shit was fire.
Those things were fresh out the washer.
Turns out you don't clean dishes with fire.
No, you don't?
Learn that the hard way.
I learned that the ooh fucking raw way.
Ooh fucking raw!
We were listening to Black Ops 1 Zombies voice lines before this. I used the YouTube clip. If you didn't know this about me, I use the YouTube clip feature way more than probably anybody else on this planet does.
Rather liberally.
Yeah, I use it all the fucking time. In fact, when I found out it existed, I went through old compilations of just like, you know, 2-hour long compilations and just clipped my favorite moments. You can find like walls of clips from one thing. What is this guy's name? Tank Demps? Is that his name? I was looking for the name of the character.
His name is John Cena.
Yeah, Tank Dempsey. Are the voice lines we were looking at. And Mia was showing me voice lines from Dr. Edward Richtofen. I think is how you say that. But that was funny too. What was the one?
He's rather
What was
silly.
like the one that we were laughing at?
The one was like, I'm out of ammo.
Yeah, that was really funny.
That one's good.
Also, I hate to put any like stock in anything Logan Paul has to say, but there was a really funny moment on his recent. Yeah, I called Logan Paul funny for a moment. Okay, he had.
Okay, calm down, bud.
Listen, you're not that guy. Okay, buddy, you're not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal.
If another adult calls me buddy, I'm going to call their family and threaten them. in a video game, in Minecraft, in a video game. In a video game. It's so funny when I watch commentary channels who talk about like people getting arrested for like threatening people online and then saying in a video game, being like, yeah, that shit is not real. What I was going to say, the quote from Impulsive though was, he was like, can't get your feelings hurt if you don't want feelings to hurt. #sociopath.
Yeah.
It was just so like out of pocket, really funny.
And that was when he was talking with John Cena.
Yes, he had John Cena on his most recent episode of Impulsive. He also really wanted John Cena to donate sperm to his children instead of Logan Paul doing it for some reason.
John Cena, please donate sperm to my ass.
John Cena, would you please send your sperm to 123 Mylane
Cyrus.
What?
Mylane Cyrus.
Oh, okay. I get it, because Miley Cyrus. To play on words.
Okay, bud.
I get it. I will say, of the episodes of Impulsive, I have watched, I think, every single one with a WWE superstar in it.
So yeah, gamers, welcome back to Impulsive.
Yeah, welcome back to Impulsive.
Yeah.
Where we talk about other shows instead of creating ours.
Welcome to the lowest form of entertainment. You found it.
Welcome to Copy Paste Simulator.
To your right is
Select
Subway
your
Surfers
source.
gameplay.
Select your source.
To your
Select
left, you'll
your
find
source.
the bathrooms.
That's one of my favorite parts of the song Mansion Party from the Cool Patrol album, Ninja Sex Party.
Yeah.
I love the whole like middle part where he's like directing the girl to the bathroom. He just like says, take an upside down left at the MC Escher stairs. Okay, you're almost halfway there. It was really good. What's like top 3 good NSP songs you can think of off the top of your head right now? Like not your top 3 overall, just like top 3 good ones you can think of right this second.
FYI, I want to F your A.
Love that one.
Unicorn Wizard and Why I Cry.
Hell yeah. Me and my sister love Why I Cry. That's one of our favorites.
It's so good.
Yeah. I think the song Cool Patrol is probably...
I should have said 3 Minutes of Ecstasy. I think that's my actual favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love that one.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, my favorite NSP song is also my favorite song of all time, which is 6969.
Hell yeah.
Which I almost forgot. But I would say that...
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
If I had to pick 3... This is just a way of thinking about it I just thought of right now by thinking about it, because I was thinking about it and then I thought of it. And now I'm saying it.
Crazy.
God, that was so not funny. Man, I respect everyone's decision to unfollow right now. Well, except you should stay for Mia, because Mia is actually funny.
Yeah, you should respect my decision to cut all that out of the final cut.
No, but I want to edit this one, so I can leave it all in.
It's gonna be your own personal choices. You're gonna have to fight your own demons.
I do wanna ask you to do this as well after I do it, but what I thought of was I'm looking at all their songs I have saved right now. I was looking for like 3 songs that are underrated by me, songs that I really like but I don't listen to as much as I should for how much I like them. Samurai Abstinence Patrol, I would say, is one like that.
Oh, fuck
I
yeah.
love Samurai Abstinence Patrol. That's actually the first NSP song I ever heard.
Oh, really?
Speaking of which, yeah, it's funny too, because they announced that video came out at the beginning of like the first episode of them playing Battle for Bikini Bottom, I think, which is a random like 4-episode series they did where they like got bored 4 episodes in and then didn't finish it.
Yeah.
Which back then when Super Mega used to be cool, you could just watch them play it, but then that whole thing happened and Rat and Mayan fucked up or whatever. I don't remember a ton of it, but anyway, I saw that when I was 16 and then I went over and listened. I don't know why. I think I was just like in a mood that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna check this out, and then I did. And later that was in the summer, and then later that fall they released the music video for 6969, which was the first time I heard it, and it was probably the first NSP song to make me cry from how epic it was. Oh, I forgot Galaxy Hamster came out.
Yeah.
Wow, I forgot already. And These Nuts comes out next month.
What
is the exact?
Nuts.
Oh, that was also one of my favorite quotes from the first episode of Closing Shift was why don't you stop voting and instead protect these nuts? Wait, shit, what was I about to look up?
The exact release date of These Nuts.
Right. Ninja Sex. You gotta love that you can only find suggested searches when you type in Ninja Sex as Ninja Sexton Party or Ninja Sex Party songs, because they won't put sex in the suggested.
Yeah.
Ah, it's so loud. Okay. March 8th. Almost a month to the day. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. A month and some change, if you will.
And I can't change.
Even if I can, even if I wanted to. If I had to pick a top 3 for, I didn't finish, I guess, what I was doing before.
Yeah.
Samurai Abstinence Patrol, one that I definitely don't listen to enough for how much I like it. Road Trip, same thing.
Yo, I was gonna say Road Trip.
I love Road Trip, but I haven't heard it in a while. I would also probably say FYI, I want to F your A. Either that or like Objects of Desire or If We Were Gay or something like that. I don't listen to a lot of NSFW that much, or Strawberries and Cream, but
such a good era.
I actually like the Strawberries and Cream, the original version of Unicorn Wizard versus the Level Up version, because they took like all the fun dialogue out for some reason of the new version, and I was like, what? That was the whole point. It was like a story.
It's the whole point of it.
Yeah, like it had dialogue because it was like a story. What the fuck? But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's all I had on that subject. Oh, well, I was gonna. What do you have like 3 NSP songs you were gonna do? You said Road Trip was one of them you were gonna do for that?
Yeah, Road Trip was one of them. Accept My Shaft and No Reason Boner. Also good ones.
No Reason Boner's a good one.
At this point, we're just going through their entire discography. Like, oh, these are good, and this is good, and that's good too.
I mean, I have like probably like 90% of their discography saved
Fun fact about Accept My Shaft. Accept My Shaft, while featured at the end of the NSFW album, Danny actually wrote for a partner he had at the time, just before the creation of the album. It was, I believe when he was in college, that was like a song that he wrote for his partner, who then, I think pretty soon after, broke up with him.
I don't know if I've heard Accept My Shaft ever, to be honest.
It's like, the times we've had, the times we've missed, the times we've embraced and the times we've kissed, the times for love and the times for reflection. Now you must survive my thunderous erection. Whoa. And it's got like a boom, 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 boom. Very like 80s, 90s kind of like almost Genesis like in its bass line.
Yeah, also, I think it's really funny that Danny Don't You Know is the only NSP song that has like a clean version. They have the Coolest Heck version, is what it's called, which is really funny.
Probably because that one can speak to a younger audience.
Right.
I think it also got radio play.
I assumed that it must have if it got a clean version.
I remember there being a couple instances of that when it came out.
What was the first NSP song you ever heard? Because mine, like I said, was Samurai Abstinence Patrol. I remember like the day I heard about it. It was around
First
Pokemon
one,
Go time.
First NSP song I would have heard would have been whatever song it was that Danny was plugging at the start of a Wind Waker episode.
Oh,
because that's when I first discovered NSP, was during Wind Waker, and he plugged it at the start of an episode.
So you found out about NSP like in 2013?
Old times.
Because I didn't find out about NSP until 2016. I also didn't. I had heard of Game Grumps for a while, but I didn't start watching them until, I'm trying to think about, when did I start watching Game Grumps? It would have had to have been 2016 or 15. I think 15. I don't remember exactly when I started watching Game Grumps. I just remember the NSP thing because music is a medium that sticks with me a lot more than two guys in their 30s/40s/ almost 50s playing video games.
Danny's in his early 40s.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was older than that.
No, he was born in like 79, I think, 1979. So actually, he'd be 45 this year, I think.
Danny Avidan, age 44. Yep.
Yeah.
He will be. Oh, how about that? 6 days after These Nuts comes out on March 14th, he'll be 45.
Yeah.
Oh, but Ninja Brian's almost 50.
It is wild because Ninja Brian, he has a podcast that he does with Leighton Gray, who's one of the creators of Dream Daddy. They have a show called Late Night, and
It's a good podcast.
It's very good, and it's wild listening to that at times because, like, it's still, I can still remember all the way back to around the time that, like, he would talk about on Game Grumps when he would appear randomly.
Right.
They talk about, like, baby ninja. Is it Aubrey or Audrey?
I think it's Audrey.
I think it's Audrey.
Yeah.
And, like,
Hold on, let me go to Ninja Brian's
baby.
Instagram. Let me find out.
Yeah, and now I think Ninja Brian, he like tweeted about it recently that like Audrey, she was able to like search the internet and like found out what he does.
So she found out about NSP.
Yeah, he was like,
That's funny.
Like, got a lot of questions to answer now. I knew this day would come.
Oh boy, how old is Audrey now? Do you know?
She is at least in like
Brian Weck's daughter age on Google.
Yeah, Google her age. And I think she's like almost 10.
I'm looking for what was I looking up on Brian's Instagram? Why did I come here?
You just wanted to look at his hot beard.
That's not what it was. I came here for some purpose.
Take a look at his PhD.
Oh, I was trying to see if it was Aubrey or Audrey. I'm like 99% sure it's Audrey. But I don't know which of these fucking pictures would have it.
Who is it? Where is it?
Actually, honestly, his Twitter probably has more.
Honestly, well, because he would like tweet quite a lot a few years ago, where he'd be like, "My 6-year-old did this, whatever."
Right. His pinned tweet is just got killed. Just got killed. I didn't mean to say that. Just got called a little butt baby by a 6-year-old at the playground. Told him I have a PhD in theoretical physics. Didn't change his mind.
Yeah.
That's a good one. You gotta love Brian Wecht.
Funny man.
Ninja Wecht. They are coming to my area that tour they're doing, Twerp and Treg Magnifique. I was gonna go, but I don't think I can afford to at the moment buy tickets for it.
Live shows are just so expensive now.
It's honestly not even that expensive. I just don't think I honestly don't think I can afford to spend more of the time planning to go and going than the money, honestly. I think it's more about the like...
Yeah.
It's so hard for me to take a day out for just like third-party extra shit right now that I can't even like imagine doing it. Brian, where are your tweets about your daughter?
Where's your daughter? It'd be a
Show
lot
me the
easier
girl.
to go enjoy live media if, like, every time that there's any kind of tour that comes through Arizona, it's always in the same 3 locations, and those same 3 locations are always quite far from me. So the issue isn't even like, oh, this is a $30 ticket admission, $40 ticket admission, whatever. It's the fact that it's an hour and a half, 2 hours away.
Right.
Phoenix is fucking big.
I mean, honestly, with the right person, that could be a fun trip, but
Yeah.
it's not, you know.
If you are a person who goes on tour in places listening to this and you have a tour location that just says Phoenix, understand that means about like that is an area of city that you can drive about 2 hours from end to end.
Yeah. Honestly, the only reason it takes so long to get through Atlanta is because there's a stoplight every 5 feet.
Oh
and
my
also
God.
everybody here sucks at driving too. So you have to like watch out to not get killed.
Do you think Georgia drivers are worse than Arizona drivers?
I don't know anything about Arizona drivers, so I wouldn't know.
Arizona drivers regularly go the wrong way down the interstate.
Wrong way as in like completely wrong
They
side
will
of the
go
road
up
or like
the exit
oh.
and be driving on the wrong side of the
Oh.
interstate. It has happened multiple times, and there are so many signs like and warnings at every interstate exit that say "Do not enter. Do not enter from this side."
I cannot say I have seen that happen anywhere here at all. So probably Arizona for the win there.
Arizona, baby.
I also realized that I was curious about Brian's daughter's age, and she is 9 apparently. Unless her birthday's in like late 2023, or I'm seeing tweets saying my 9-year-old from like August, so
Yeah.
9 or 10.
So I was right in my estimation earlier.
That's crazy, because I remember when she was a baby.
Yeah, she was a little baby at one point.
She was a little baby.
Now she's not a baby. Now she's Fortnite demographic.
Gonna love those like one-off days when a new social media rolls around and then everyone posts a screenshot of their account because they signed up for it and be like sure, why not? I'll sign up for this thing, and then it just like dies off. Honestly, the most recent version of that with any kind of like traction or credence to it was Threads, because I actually switched from using Twitter to using Threads exclusively for like a few months before I came back to Twitter.
You see, I never once even delved anywhere near Threads because I knew that it was full of like Facebook bullshit, because like how like all the accounts and everything were just integrated with like Instagram and Meta, and it's like all that was just immediately like, I'm not dealing with all that.
Well, that was the thing. I had a like 99 more pleasant experience being on Threads than Twitter and, you know, the rest of the internet in general, I guess.
I moved to Blue Sky briefly for like just to be there, just for the sake of having an account there.
I don't even know what that is.
You know what the fuck?
What's Blue Sky?
That was one of the main things that like swept in to try, and it was like it came in before Threads. It was there before Threads, of like, it was, you know, just another shark in the water trying to sweep up the death of Twitter. But
Yep, I don't know.
I'm pretty glad in my my prediction that I made whenever it was that Twitter really started going downhill, and whenever stuff like Threads and Blue Sky started popping up. I was very correct in my estimation. I said none of these other platforms are going to be even a tenth as successful as Twitter, because all of them are trying to scavenge the same user base from the same platform. And so everybody's going to be divided 10 ways, and every one of these platforms is going to immediately be a ghost town, and nobody will hang out there because there's not as many people, because everybody's so divided. And I think that ended up being pretty true, because I can still go and look at Blue Sky and it is fucking empty.
Yeah,
Probably because you still need a code to get into it, and it's been out for like a fucking almost a year.
if I look at my timelines are pretty well crafted. I'm pretty good at getting what I like on my any kind of like For You.
What mommy wants,
Thing.
mommy gets.
Well, usually, yeah. Like on Threads, I usually I usually just get like 90% of it probably is art and pictures of nature. And then I also get like pictures of cute setups, PC setups. I'm scrolling right now to like see if there's anything else.
You know the reason why Threads failed? Threads could have had some potential, but they don't let you show whole. And that's what kills Threads.
What does show hole mean? You mean like nudes?
Yeah, show whole.
Well, that's what my DMs are for. Oh, this is actually dope.
Don't they also have a thing, like, there's stuff in the TOS and whatever about, with, like, Threads, about how it's just like, no, we're actually just allowed to look at your DMs. We're allowed to just read these.
I mean, I don't know anything about that, but they would be talking about Instagram DMs in that sense, I guess, because you can't, like, DM on Threads.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm curious about? Did you, you use Spotify, right?
Yeah.
I'm curious what the top 5 artists and songs were on your Wrapped. Because
my Wrapped.
We weren't doing any things together when we.
Luckily, I haven't taken any screenshots or pictures for quite a while.
Hey.
If you want my top 5 songs from my last year's Wrapped, number 1 was Ring Ring by Kill Bill. Number 2 was Between the Cheeks by Red Vox. Number 3, Do Not Disturb, Kill Bill. Number 4, What to Say. Number 5, Viridian by Exociety. Nice. And my number 1 artist of 2023 with 1,655 minutes listened, top 0.5% of listeners, was Red Vox.
Nice. I do hear you talk about Red Vox a lot.
I fucking love him. It's good shit. Go fucking listen to Visions and Afterthoughts. It's a 2-part album. Afterthoughts being my favorite of the 2 because it has really good shit on there from like, it has like a feature from Chuck Salmone who did the music for Hylix, and I love Hylix.
Mm-hmm. It's
got very, very good, like, techie sound stuff and very good vibey things as well. Stuff like The Sound You Make. It's so good. There's a song on that album for every mood, and it nails it perfectly.
Also, side note, I was listening, I just want you to know, but I also found this meme while I was looking for my Wrapped that I need to send you. It says, I love my gay son, like a supportive LGBTQ parent shirt, and then in parentheses it says, I hate my straight son. It's really funny. I'm sending it to you.
This is the future that homosexuals want.
It's really funny. But yeah, my Wrapped was pretty to be expected for anyone who like knows me. Yeah, so this was for 2023. I also had 2 Wrappeds because I used Apple Music from like September to December, so my year was split like almost in half. It was more like a 60-40. Spotty taking most of it, and then Apple Music taking the rest. So let me read. Gotta love those ums. I'm gonna start saying 3 per sentence. So my top, not me unironically going after. So let me
place your bets in the comments below, YouTube listeners. How many times in the editing process the words and get cut out at the end of Emmy's sentences?
Place your bets now, and then nothing will happen.
This is the most accurate impression I can make of just your sentence structure on this podcast that I end up having to edit around a lot. Yeah, that's yeah.
You better stop.
Just a nice like 10 seconds of filler at the end of your sentences sometimes.
Filler? I hardly know her. I genuinely couldn't tell if that was a real laugh. I'm gonna assume by the long-winded silence, no, that's my guess.
I'll just let you keep guessing.
But anyway, I was gonna get to my Wrapped, which was, I guess I'll do it in order of the timeline. So Spotify covered from January to August, to which was my top artists were Rav, Kill Bill the Rapper, Falling in Reverse, Ninja Sex Party, and Kid Crow, which is my friend Mark. You should go check out his stuff. Kid Crow on your favorite music platform. My top songs were Worth 2 by Rav, Square, and Kill Bill. Vending Machine of Love, Voices in My Head by Falling in Reverse. Vending Machine of Love by The Stupendium. By the way, I just figured there's not a lot of songs called Vending Machine of Love, so I didn't feel the need to throw in the artist, but The Stupendium is great. Love that guy.
Classic.
Number 3 was Voices in My Head, Falling in Reverse. Number 4 was My Bag by Rav, which is on the same album as Worth 2. And then number 5 was Get High by Kid Crow, which is one of my favorite songs by my friend Mark.
Puts out some good shit.
Yeah, I posted on my Instagram story. I have a, like the stories you can like have on your page that stay there for a while, or that stay there, I guess, forever.
Yeah.
I have 4 of those. One of them is called My Cutest Pictures, which is just a bunch of selfies. One of them is called Cool Art I Like, which I've actually added so much to that whenever I add a new one, it has to delete the last like old one. I also I have one still for my music wrapped last year, and then I have one for music recommendations, and I recently went through and put like 4 of my favorite songs from my friend Mark on it. But anyway, I also have my Apple Music wrapped, which was just I can't remember what it was like called. Oh, it was just called Replay 23 or Rewind.
For legal reasons, we cannot call it Wrapped.
So this was from like September to December. I think it was around the end of December that I switched back to Spotify, either that or like the middle of it. But my top 5 artists were Rav, Kill Bill the Rapper, Ninja Sex Party, Egg Society, and Square. There is one outlier. It's up to you to find it. My top songs were Chinatown, which I fell in love with last year. That's one of my favorite Ramona songs now. I love Chinatown. Plan Z by Boy What, which is a Plankton from SpongeBob AI metal song, but it's really good. Nothing But a G Thing by Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, which is one of my favorite rap songs right now. That's How We Ballin' by T-Pain and Snoop Dogg, which is also one of my favorite rap songs right now. And then, surprisingly, I don't remember listening to this a ton specifically on Apple Music, but No More by Rav, which is a single that he released last year. Really good. My top genres, if you give a shit for some reason, were hip-hop, pop, rock, alternative, and hard rock.
I didn't give my top 5 artists. I gave my top 5 songs, but my top 5...
Apparently,
Yes?
Oh, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
My top artists of last year were Red Vox, Kill Bill, Rav Square, and Andrew Prelo. Andrew Prelo being the one who did the music for Outer Wilds.
You've talked to me about that music before, and that game.
Gotta fucking play it. Everybody go fucking play it right now, but don't look anything up about it. Don't look at anything on the internet. Don't talk to anybody about it.
I'm looking it up.
Just go play it. Play it
I'm
now
looking it up right now.
Before anybody ruins it for you. Please. Absorb as much of the story uninfluenced as possible. You can literally only ever experience the game one time.
Also, this is how much I'm like kind of a believer that my Apple Music stats aren't even like fully accurate, because it says I only played Chinatown 29 times, and I swear on my life it was more than that.
Only.
Well, just because I listened to it like a lot. I mean, it might have just been 29 total, but like that's crazy how much you could think you listen to a song and it's only like a number like that.
I mean, sometimes, that song is just stuck playing in your head.
Because over the course of like 5 months, I listened to a lot of songs over and over, way more than 29 times, to which apparently I think this is the total, I don't know if this is the total amount of minutes I spent listening to music while I had Apple Music or listening to Chinatown, because it says total minutes, top artist, and top song. I think this is my total minutes overall, but it's 16,816 just on Apple Music over the course of like 5 months.
I wish I need to start keeping track of like a personal Wrapped for myself for like, because my Spotify Wrapped is not a perfect representation of the songs that I enjoyed most in a year. Because if I really enjoy a song, chances are that I will learn how to play it on guitar, and then if I get the feeling that I don't want to listen to the song, I'll just play the song on guitar and do that. And I don't keep track of any of that. So it's like, it's more a better representation of what I was actually listening to in a year based off of that number that isn't counted anywhere.
Yeah.
I need to start keeping track of that. That's like, I played Creep by Radiohead 30 times on guitar this year.
I also think it's funny that, like, you know how you get your like Spotify horoscope from your listening? I got Time Traveler, which is just literally says verbatim, you travel back in time and listen to songs on repeat again and again. Yes, I do. The best tracks never get old. That is correct.
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah, and what about it?
And what about it? You got a problem with it, mister? I'll show you what for. Put up your dukes.
I play it in total on Spotify over the course of January to August. I played 1,164 different songs in 2023.
That's a lot.
That is a lot, but I listen to a lot of music. I explored a lot more of Ramona this year, which is, if you don't know, album by Kill Bill, one of his like first albums, I think.
That was like the make or break moment for Kill Bill and Rav. That was like their big thing, was Ramona.
Yeah. I mean, I love Ramona, of course. I just, I hadn't listened to, I had held out on a lot of it for some reason. And then I listened to like, hold on, let me look at that album.
Ramona is kind of oops all bangers. You got Black Coffee, Backwoods, Chinatown, Pork, Hola. So much good shit on that one album.
Yeah. Backwoods Olaf, Fuck, Chinatown, Dream Eater, Black Coffee, Abandoned 2, Pork, About Last Night. Those are the songs I have saved. There's still these like 7 songs I haven't even ever heard that I should listen to. But the songs from Ramona, particularly that in 2023 I started really getting into and or heard for the first time, were like Chinatown, Fuck, Dream Eater, Pork. I think that's it. Every other song I was listening to already pretty frequently.
It really says a lot about where I was in like 2022 when my Wrapped for that year was 2 of my top songs being Ring Ring and About Last Night by Kill Bill.
That does say a lot.
Those are 2 depression songs.
Yeah, I haven't even heard Ring Ring.
That's what Kill Bill's good for.
I haven't even heard Ring Ring in a long time. I have it in my liked songs. I have 7 songs saved from Snow Globe Theory, but I only ever listen to 3 of them, to be honest.
I listened to a lot of Snow Globe Theory.
It was a banger album. My go-to Bill.
That's my go-to.
If I had to pick based on albums, I would definitely say my go-to is Ramona, but there are quite a few songs that I like as much as I like the entirety of Ramona. But I do want to listen to... Huh?
You finish.
I was just going to say there are plenty of singular Bill songs that I like just as much as I like Ramona as an album, including False Swipe from Full Metal Kaiju, which you haven't even heard yet.
Nope. But for it being my first album that introduced me to Kill Bill, Rav, and Exociety, I don't listen to Skin a whole lot these days. But that's what, like, when I first got into them, I was listening to Skin over and over again, that whole album.
What is
that? Has really good stuff like Worth and Belong.
Oh, right.
It's just really good album, really solid all the way through, but I just don't listen to much from it these days.
It is a good album. The only song I listen to from it, I do listen to pretty regularly, but it's the only song I listen to from it ever or have saved is Breathing Underwater for Dummies.
That's a good one.
I also enjoy one song you recommended to me recently that's not like an EXO origin song, is Alien City.
Yeah.
By Gold Midas.
Yep.
Riley and Palace with Kill Bill.
Bad habits made on impulse. Traffic got me feeling like a bimbo.
Sip and bar, fuck around with my wogies, nah.
Yeah.
I want to
fuck boy, I tripping, I'm trapping.
Yeah, I want to get the words to that song down so I can rap along with it. I also haven't heard I see a lot of singles from Kill Bill that I haven't heard. I don't think Celebi, False Swipe, and Taking a Run I heard. Those are songs from Full Metal Kaiju that came out as singles.
You know what really sucks?
Okizeme, real quick, sorry. Okizeme from that newer EXO album they released is really good. That one and Free, really good. Okay, anyway, sorry, go ahead.
What really sucks is that I was recently trying to recommend Kill Bill and Rav to some people in my chat, and so they immediately went and Google searched Kill Bill and Rav, and the first things that came up was like Reddit posts and shit about like some of the drama that happened around Bill like 4 years ago. Like 3-4 years ago.
Like the stuff with his girlfriend a few years ago?
The thing where like he self-reported, he publicly admitted.
He self-reported.
He like publicly admitted to
No, but I remember that.
Yeah, taking like a creep shot when he was like working as a bouncer. He admitted that himself publicly, like just to get it off his chest and grow as a person.
Yeah.
Which, you know, good for him for growing and like taking accountability and responsibility for that.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's like the first thing that shows up when you Google Kill Bill, apparently, is like the Reddit posts and shit talking about that. So people in my chat, they look up Kill Bill and the first thing they think is like, oh, this guy's a pervert. This guy's a predator. It's like, that's not Bill. It's unfortunate that that's like the first impression that people are going to get is that one thing.
That's so weird because I just Googled Kill Bill the rapper and it's just all of his socials. It's not that at all.
Yeah, there's also stuff like,
if I search Kill Bill and Rav, I'm getting links to like Kill Bill's Twitter. People also ask, what ethnicity is Rav?
We may never know.
Rav is this makes him sound like this sounds so dramatic. Rav is the Soviet-born founder of Exociety, currently roaming the United States. Rav makes independent rap music full-time. Yeah, that's wow.
The first thing,
somebody
like,
added a lot of words.
It's on like
I see
front
it.
Page. Yeah, the Reddit
Kill Bill
thing.
and Rav. It's like 4 or 5 links down. Kill Bill the rapper controversy and Rav's relation to it.
Yeah, in the super mega subreddit of all things.
It is in the super mega subreddit.
But that's like fucking first page Google.
You know what really sucked honestly about that whole super mega thing is that there are were like quite a few songs I really liked from Matt Watson that I like can't enjoy anymore because I just think about that thing, obviously.
Yeah, it's just ruined by context.
Right.
Well, not context per se, but by all the shit around the person now.
Like I would have to be deliberately like ignoring what he did to like listen to that music and even
Rather what
not
he didn't.
right. But I'd have to like be blatantly like ignoring how much I hated that just to like
Dude, I don't even
be
know
like
what to
every
fucking
single
feel about
time that I'm
situation.
falling in love. What?
I don't even know how to feel about that situation anymore.
I,
Because there's
yeah.
the back and forth crisscrossing. Like some of the people who were trying to report on it and give their own like whatever, give their own stories ended up being like outed as complete fabrications and like completely ruined their own reputation.
Right.
Like the people who immediately swooped in, like a notable example, Nick is not green, coming in.
Wasn't that the guy who would talk shit? I'm sorry to interrupt. Wasn't that the guy that would like talk shit about them on his Twitch stream or something?
I believe so, yeah. It was just a whole weird thing where it's like all these people that had stories against them then rallied together to combine their stories, and then like they would all cooperate and say like, yeah, all of our stories are true, his story's true, her story's true, everything everybody's saying here, we can all agree that this is all true. And then one of the people would get outed as having told an untruth, and then the rest of them would just completely just be like, nope, actually I never had any association with that person, never agreed with what they said. It's like complete backpedaling. It's like we know the facts of the original situation, that there was an occurrence that was not cool, and you can disagree about how it was handled. Is the primary thing is how it was handled, that initial occurrence. But everything else after that is so muddy and messy and full of just weird
it's just so muddy and messy and slutty and dirty and nasty.
God,
and
what
hot
a dirty situation.
Man.
That's why it's just so conflicting and confusing. So like,
it's like, okay, so this person in a long time.
This person's lying and being like a bad actor about this, but does that change my opinion? It's like, but does that change my opinion on the initial situation or the people involved because of this later happenstance?
Right. Because did anything really change the story that came out after that? I forget her name. That the woman who was like the victim. Yeah, Lex's video, and then Matt and Ryan's responses, to which I always thought it was really funny that Matt's response was like 35 minutes and Ryan's was like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I just thought that was like crazy.
I think it's because Matt's the one that handles most of the business side.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that's kind of business, I guess, but that's a really like personal.
He's the one that like, it wouldn't make sense for both of them to give to give full information about where they were going, because then they would just be repeating themselves.
Right. But
Look, we can consider the original accusation, Matt and Ryan's statements. We can consider that the original trilogy, and it's canon.
Okay.
Everything else after is we might be able to just treat all that as non-canon fan fiction.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Your Honor, my client would like to state that these accusations are not canon.
Your Honor, we would like to, as the defendant, call bullshit on this. This is stupid. Yeah, I just remember every time it happens, I'm like, fuck, this like one or two things I enjoyed from this person like a lot I can't enjoy anymore. And like for me, that was some of Matt's music. I actually enjoyed a lot more than I'm remembering. Hold on, let me put him in my Spotify history for a minute. Yeah, his song Bored, his song Monopoly, which is like backed by a lo-fi song that I heard like in high school.
I quite liked Come Over.
I don't know Come Over.
That's I got a lot of dirty clothes on my floor. Got a lot of what's it? Got a lot of
it was from
stuff on my floor.
Because it was from Ouch, and I didn't listen to Ouch.
Oh.
But I was gonna say No Nut November, Star Stud, and Ring Pop were like my fucking 3 jams. I love those songs.
Oh, No Nut November.
And I don't know.
I don't think I could ever give up listening to No Nut November.
I mean, it's hard. I thought about editing a version without Matt in it.
I can never give up No Nut November. I can never give up Blonde Boys.
Oh, Blonde Boys too. I forgot about Blonde Boys. I haven't heard Blonde Boys in a long time. That's another one. See, that's the thing is like, I don't know. I could say that, but I feel like I'm gonna get like judged if anybody sees on Discord that I'm listening to Matt Watson. But
I mean, it's everybody's own personal thing, and it's
not like I'm trying to.
This is the thing. This is why, like, this is what justifies any of that to me. Is it's not that they did something wrong, it's that they didn't do something right.
Right.
They had the ability to do more to help a friend, and those were steps that they could have taken. They weren't required to take, but it would have been good if they would have taken it. And any amount of upset that you can have around them not taking it is one's own personal, like, that's up to your own judgment, is kind of the hard thing about the situation. It's like they did the bare minimum, which for some people is enough, and for others it's not enough, and that's where it's messy.
Right. I definitely agree. There's a major difference between a situation unfolding with different sides of different stories and bad guys and good guys versus somebody getting canceled because they did some crazy shit, and that's not what like this was. You know, I mean, like I don't think their actions or lack thereof are justified, but you know, I've done majorly shitty things in my life and grown and learned from them, and this is an opportunity for them to do the same. I think
killed a man.
Well, I mean, that's not even a thing to me, so that's why
I mean, it's all about opinion, so
yeah. What murder is open to interpretation, so
it's a really messy situation with all the blood.
Yeah, it gets really dirty and nasty and hot.
Holy fuck, Lois.
Lois, I'm gonna bleed.
Holy fuck, I'm coming, Lois.
There was actually something really funny that was said that I heard recently that was said by the guy that plays Joe on Family Guy, but I can't remember.
Oh, Patrick Warburton?
I don't know his real name, so yeah, I'm sure you're right.
He's in like everything, but he always does the same voice in everything. He's also, if you've ever been to Disney, he's the one that gives the flight instruction before the ride Soarin'.
Disney World?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's the one that's like, welcome to Soarin'.
Oh, I never listened to it enough. Or maybe I did notice. I don't know. I haven't been in Disney World since I was a square.
Square?
I put it down. That's an EXO song I haven't listened to in a long time, is Put It Down, and I think about it all the time.
Square isn't even on that one.
I literally think about, well, I wasn't even thinking about like Square himself, but I was gonna say fucking something. Man, wow, I lost it that fast.
I've been listening to Put It Down recently. That one just popped up in my head recently.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say I've been thinking about Put It Down, but only the part where he's like, I put it down, or whatever. That's
treat your poodle like an item that I don't need pick it up and put it down.
I don't remember any of the words to Put It Down, but I do.
Rav, what did you do with my dog? I put it down.
What? Is that actually in the thing?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I wish it was. I picked up this mug and now I'm gonna put it down.
I put it down. You know, it's always like, it catches me off guard every time I listen to that song because it features a verse by Mega Ran. And he has a good verse, but he ends his verse by saying mega. And every single time that I listen to it, it always, like, I always think that he says MAGA.
Oh, I'll be honest, that's not where I thought that was going. I thought it was going to be a lot worse.
Mega Ran, actually, another great song, does the credits music for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is the new one, I think. Yeah. He's on that, yeah.
That's cool. That is something I've wanted to play on Big Wow Big, but I guess in the Twitch sense now.
It's a really good game.
I have not played it.
It has, if you're going to listen to any song to get like a good vibe of how that game is, Panic in the Sky is such a good track from that game. And that's one that, like, I don't normally add video game soundtracks. Anything to my playlist is usually just actual albums.
Yeah.
But that song ended up in my other playlists. It's so good.
I think, if I remember correctly, what am I trying to say? Fuck. I gotta stop doing other shit while we're doing this.
Pay attention, goddammit!
I'm paying attention to you. I'm like listening 110%. I'm just like thinking of shit to say, and then I'm forgetting it as I start to say it because I was thinking of it
realizing
before.
too late that I have my microphone sensitivity too high. And so it's like been a little bit pressing up against the border this time.
Well, how nice for you.
My audio is gonna be a little bit crustier than last time.
I haven't even edited audio in a while. I don't remember like the settings in Audacity to use because that's where I edit. I know you
Audio Jungle.
You still use Premiere Pro?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just use Audacity when I edit these podcasts. Whenever I did edit them, probably like, I don't know, one of them.
You see, I would use something like Audacity to like, the reason why I use Premiere to edit audio, by the way, is just because...
I mean, I understand.
I just really like Premiere's timeline, and I can't get used to any other like, I can't edit in Audacity. I need my Control K, Shift Delete. I need all of my key commands that I've built up in my presets.
I understand.
I've had for like the past 10 years.
100%. Yeah, I used to edit a podcast like that, I think. It might not have been a podcast, but I used to edit audio in my video editing software. That was just before I really started, like one of the biggest things I conquered, like learning, I guess, in the creative sphere last year was, editing audio and editing photos. I got a lot better at like making like thumbnails for YouTube videos and stuff. I want to work on more stuff like that. I really want to get back into video editing because one of the things I'm realizing now, editing audio was the other thing I was going to say that I like conquered last year in terms of learning curves. But it's kind of why I want to edit this episode of the podcast because I want to like get back in the game with editing stuff in general. I think like the podcast, since it's like so obvious how I would edit it, would be a great like starting point for that because I'm gonna be I have my next, I cannot reveal who it is yet, but I have my next getting to know guest lined up for my interview show. If you haven't heard of Getting to Know or don't remember it, I'm not surprised. It's my interview show that I do on my YouTube channel, but unfortunately there's only one episode. But the episode is great, and I'm very thankful that Mika Miba gave me their time for that episode. And the next one's going to be good too. I'm excited about it. And I'm hoping that through some connections I can get more interviewees for my show, because that kind of live action content on YouTube that is like a creative project that takes me a while to edit, that's my favorite stuff to do. I've been really on the fence about making gaming content in general because I've been wanting to get back into like, because it's more, the editing process for me feels a lot more gratifying when I'm editing something that I filmed and produced from start to finish.
Yeah.
That was meant to be put in an editing timeline, not like a live stream.
When you can create like a full image.
Yeah, it has to be like the whole thing, not like just editing a stream down in highlights. That's just like not something I can do personally. I think it just
not trying to Frankenstein a baby, trying to make something new.
Yeah, it feels like forced creativity, and I don't like that. That really like knocks my. I actually had a lot of video ideas come up today, and actually all of them involve one other person, including you. But
what?
When I'm able to get to this video idea, I will share it with you and propose it. I
propose to moi?
Yeah. Are you done? I'm out of ammo, huh?
I'm out of ammo. So yeah, if anybody knows, if we want to get some guests on this podcast as well, if anybody can get us in contact with Michael D. Higgins, that'd be lovely.
I honestly don't know who that is.
That is the President of Ireland. He has a cute dog.
Fantastic. Something I was going to say that I remember now looking at my videos. One of my most underrated videos, in my opinion, is the Observation Duty Let's Play with You.
Hell yeah.
That was a very fun video to do. Also, videos like that are fun because they are little things that take my like heavy amount of editing, but don't take as long because it's not as much footage. And it is very fun to make projects like that. Like also my Let's Play of that indie horror game, Not Alone. That was a 12-minute video that I just busted out real quick to put out a video. That's the kind of things I want to work on, but more in the live action sense.
I just had a great idea. after
And
the
what's that?
observation duty. Then
Mhm.
we could do a Where's Waldo race.
What?
Where we both look at a picture of a Where's Waldo book. Whoever can find Waldo on one page, we're both like, start! And it's like, if you find Waldo, you get
Like-
1 point.
GeoGuessr racing, but just Waldo?
If you find Waldo first, then you get a point for that page.
Oh my
And
god.
so it's just racing to see who can find more Waldos.
That is ridiculous, but not a bad idea.
It's always the most fun anytime that we can make something where we just get to dick around.
Yeah.
Simple premise that we can just do whatever with.
Right, that's true. Definitely in the video sense, but that was why I wanted to like try to find a way to keep the entity, I guess, of Big Wap Big alive, because
The SCP.
SCP-BWB
Yeah.
2021, just because that's when it started. I can't believe how like different of a person I was, how much life experience I didn't have that I have now just in the last 3 years that Big Wap Bigs existed. That's
Same.
really crazy to me. Because we started it just one random night. We just decided to record the videos, and then we ended up working. I went on one of my very like in my life pertaining to only me, very famous overnight. Well, I guess you know about them too. My very famous overnight content grinds. Long story short, I do this thing a lot where if I can't sleep, I will start working on like one of my channels or one of my brands or something, and I will revamp and like upgrade every single thing to do with it in terms of like graphics and like channel layouts or like anything like that. It's a coping thing probably. I don't know.
I just saw something wild happen in my Audacity readout that should not have happened. My microphone is mono. It's one channel, but I just saw a sound like just when I muted and unmuted my microphone just to cough. It shot like one sound wave into like one channel. It's like, that's not supposed to happen. There's only one channel. How did it split into the other one?
That is funny. I also went out of my way to I think I just privated it, or did I delete it? Yeah, no, I just privated it. My I'm back vlog from October, because it just has like it literally has more. It has 25 dislikes and 7 likes because I'm transgender. That is literally why it has that many dislikes. It also has almost 600 views.
Thanks, YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know why YouTube likes to push my videos to transphobes.
Probably because transphobes engage with a lot of content tagged trans.
I'd rather you push it to like old women who don't have the energy to type mean comments. But it's just like so disappointing when it was just like a little update, and it's always the littlest shit too that YouTube always pushes it so hard. Like, you could have at least put one of my entertaining videos in front of like 600 people. Like, why did it have to be that one? Although I will say, I just real quick, I'm very proud of the traction my channel has garnered without much external promotion. Just because the videos are good, at least in my opinion.
It is always something that will constantly disappoint me. I will never see any amount of success outside of my shit posts. The only time that I ever garner any amount of significant engagement on the internet is always just shit posts. Never anything that my heart's in. Never anything that I put my blood, sweat, and tears into. It's always my shit posts.
Yeah, I've been there.
Feel like that's probably, if I could just find a way to monetize the shit posts that I make, then, we'd be in the money.
Right.
But it's not like I can. How am I going to translate TikTok views? They do not translate into anything other than TikTok views. That is a stationary currency.
That is true.
But that's, it can be worth more in my heart, though.
That's a very nice siren you have out there.
Huh?
There's just like there's a wee woo going by.
Oh. They're saying I had a siren over here.
No. That's a very nice siren, and by siren I mean your boobies.
Yeah, they say sailors were drawn to the siren song.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure someone says that.
That's just famous mythology of the sirens.
I literally wouldn't know. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pirate enough.
Yar!
I'm not yar enough.
Yar gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here.
Hey, I just want to let you know, that was a good one.
Yo, thanks, dog.
I will say real quick. Yeah, we have to end this. But actually, you know what? Let's just end this podcast because
Kill it now.
I have a psychiatry appointment in like 7 minutes. So that
Okay.
is why we were filming before it. But I guess I hope you all enjoyed the second episode. If you didn't listen to the first episode, go listen to it. It's good.
You got to listen to the most normal conversation that we'll ever have of just talking about the music that we like.
That's true.
It is pretty much just how we talk off camera.
Give us a normal rating in the comments of the YouTube version of this.
Yeah, and I think on Apple Podcasts, you can also rate and review our podcast, which really helps. So do that too.
And on Spotify, just talk to yourself about it out loud.
Yeah. If you're listening on Spotify, go shove a pinky up your ass.
Yeah.
Want a break from the ads?
Okay. Well, anyway, y'all have a good one. Thank you for listening. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.